Hey everybody, today I'm going to be making delicious blueberry muffins, and the recipe is in my cookbook. But I wanted to tell you about these, but first of all I want to tell you that Doug and I are going to see our great grandbaby. We haven't met Archie yet. He's 2 weeks old and we're going to see him, and we're going to be with the other family, so I made some muffins to take with us, and I'm going to freeze these individually. And then Sunday morning, before we head out home, we're gonna have a brunch, and I'm gonna serve these muffins. That's gonna be my contribution. But I want to tell you about these muffins. This is a recipe that my dear friend Kathy gave to me when I was putting together my cookbook, and the recipe is in my cookbook, and y'all, I treasure it because Kathy has gone on to be with the Lord, and we all miss her so very much. But she knew before she passed how many lives she had touched through these muffins. She was the Miss Hospitality, if there ever was one. She served, she gave, she loved. She made food for people. She had an Airbnb, and she served these beautiful, delicious muffins. And I think that her daughter and her granddaughter helped to perfect the recipe. So one life touches another life, and today I'm very honored to make these blueberry muffins and share the recipe with you. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started making our blueberry muffins. I have preheated our oven to 400 degrees, and I have placed paper liners in my muffin tins. I'm going to be making 12 muffins. I'm making the larger ones. You could make mini muffins if you wanted to, but I chose to make the larger muffins this morning. So we're starting out with 1 1/2 cups of sifted flour. This is all-purpose flour, and I'm going to place it in this bowl. Now I have already added my baking powder and my salt. I added 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and I added 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I measured I sifted my flour, I measured it, I put it back in my sifter, and then I added the baking powder and the salt, and I re-sifted it. To that, I'm going to add 1 1/4 cups of white granulated sugar. I like to mix all of my dry ingredients together. So I'm just taking this little spoon here. You could use a whisk if you wanted to. You could use a spatula. But we just kind of want to get the lumps out of our flour and our sugar. Just kind of mix that together. I have been known to put my sugar in my sifter with my flour and just kind of sift it all together. And then you don't even have to mix it like this. It's already mixed and blended together. So now we're going to make a well, just like we're making biscuits. So take your little spoon, kind of pat it, make your little well or little bird's nest, whichever you prefer to say. And we're going to set that aside. Next, I have 2 eggs in this medium-sized bowl. To that, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Now, you want your butter to be cool because you don't want to start cooking those eggs. So when you melt your butter, which I do at the beginning when I start gathering my ingredients, I go ahead and melt it so it will cool. And then just add that to your eggs. I'm also adding 1/4 teaspoon of lemon extract. 1/4 teaspoon lemon extract. So we'll just measure that out, put it in our eggs. That smells delicious. And I'm using 1/2 teaspoon of Miss Mert's clear vanilla. Oh, I love to smell this. It is so good. That was a little more, but that's fine too because I love it so, so much. Now, we're going to take our electric hand mixer and I'm going to beat these until it's frothy. Just beat it just a second. And that's it. So simple, so quick, and so easy. Okay. Now we're going to add our blueberries. I have 1 3/4 cups of blueberries. These are fresh blueberries that I had in my freezer. You could use fresh frozen blueberries if you wanted to. You could use fresh blueberries that you just purchase at the grocery store. You could get blueberries in a can and drain them and use them. So I had these in my freezer and that's what I'm using. Now I'm going to pour this mixture into the flour. And we'll start mixing. I'm going to swap off and get my spatula here and just mix this around so that it won't make so much noise. Now this is going to be kind of stiff, which it's supposed to be kind of stiff, but we're just mixing it all together. Yeah, this is going to be so, so good. So good. Just mixing it together. Look at that. Those blueberries are releasing those juices. They're kind of breaking apart, making our dough show that it's blueberries, and you can see the whole blueberries. I just appreciate my sweet friend Kathy sharing this recipe with me. You know, we just never know what's going to happen in life, and when something does happen, and we no longer have our precious friends or family members with us, it makes us appreciate the little things in life, just like her sharing this recipe with me. And so when she shared it with me and I'm sharing it with all of you, it has touched many, many lives. Okay, so now we have that mixed together. Yum. It's going to be good, y'all. Now, we're ready to fill our muffin tins just that quickly. Can you believe it? It's incredible. I'm going to put it this way so I'll have room to work. So I'm just going to take my large spoon here and I'm going to fill each one about 3/4 full. So I'm just placing the dough in the cupcake liners, just like that. I try to get them about the same amount in each one, so they'll kind of all be about the same size. So I'm going to work to fill the liners, and when I get finished with that, we'll pop them in the oven. And in just a few minutes, we have blueberry muffins ready to go in the oven. How simple is that? Again, my oven is preheated to 400 degrees. I'm going to bake these for, the recipe says 20 minutes, but I'll check them before that because my oven cooks hot. When they get done, we'll look at them together. Our muffins are done. I baked them 20 minutes on 400 degrees, and I have taken them out of the oven. I have them on a cooling rack. And look at this. See those blueberries? Yum. This is going to be so, so good. I can't wait to share it with my sweet family. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining me today. I told you that I'm taking these muffins with me to see our great grandbaby, and I'm going to do that, but we're going to be -1 because I wanted you to see just how beautiful this muffin is. Let me show it to you. Look, I cut it open. You can see all those blueberries. And by the way, these are blueberries that I purchased back in the spring and early summer from Burton Bramble's farm. My sweet friend Natalie, they grow blueberries, and they have all these wonderful products, and I got some fresh ones and I put them in my freezer, and that's what I'm using today. So I hope you'll check them out as well. Check out their website, Burton Bramble. So let's taste this blueberry muffin. I put some butter on it too. That is so delicious. My family's going to love it. As always, thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you again really, really soon.